Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rockstar. This is the man, the mystery, the myth,
yes,
Mr.
sir.
Rock and Roll himself here.
I'm coming at you today sitting down. People aren't used to that.
No, dude, we're chilling here. We're chilling.
I know. We're trying to sit still today.
We are going to react to Air Supply today.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, all seriousness, why I have you here today. A, you gave me some of your time and I appreciate it. You recently joined the Reactors Network. I appreciate it. The intent of Reactors Network is to get all of us together and to try and work together collectively as a team to reach out to the record labels and say, hey guys, we're your friend, we're not your foe. Please don't copyright block our videos.
Yes. Which is it's a huge problem. And I've tried to walk the line of saying, I get it, but as time goes on, I'm like, I really don't. It's kind of like radio. You know, if you blocked radio all the time, your stuff would never be listened to.
Totally.
So that's kind of where we landed.
Totally agree. And so that's what I'm doing this for. And I think it's really of benefit to both the record label, the viewer, and us. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity for everybody. I'm going to ask you a quick question here. What I'm also going to try and use this time for is not just to pitch Reactors video, but also to help out new guys. You have over 33, not 1,000, but million views, my friend. 123,000 subscribers. And you've done
just crossed it.
Videos. Yeah, you're badass.
The 30 million is a weird number to think about still. It's kind of like you can't see it. That play button, every now and then I'll still look at it and go, that's kind of weird. It's still weird to me, but it's been fun. I have enjoyed it. So I'm down to help any way I can because it is.
In that train of thought, what would you say? What's one thing you would tell somebody who just wants to start out a reacting channel? A, they should do it, but two, B, what would you say, dude? What would be a piece of advice you would give a newbie?
Well, the biggest advice I give anyone this is just YouTube in general or TikTok, whatever. Pick something that you really like to do because it's going to get old, even though you like it. So as far as if you want to do reactions, prepare to get blocked and figure out how to dispute it. I'm actually going through, I think I got 1,100 videos up.
Almost.
I'm going through every.
I'm looking at it.
There you go. Thank you. Almost every single video for the past 2 months, I've been going through each and every one and disputing them because I didn't know it when I started that you could dispute it without getting a strike. Now, some of them go through, most of them don't. And it's kind of a bummer because it's like, man, if I could just monetize it, I could get a new computer. My recent videos, I started jumping around because my computer is dying. So I was like, hey, record labels, please help.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest advice. Get a way to dispute it that sounds legitimate.
So I just found out what you're saying too. I went through 2,000 videos of mine because I thought if they let me air it, it took days. But I thought if they let me air it, I don't want them to be like, hey, screw you, and then cut it, and then I got nothing.
Yep.
Ren, for example, will totally let them fly. So I went through every single one and I wrote down a note of who was okay with it and who wasn't. I'm trying to help that with my list of the Reactors Network. So
yeah, because there's Sony Records is just, they hate everything online. And I just don't understand it. It's free advertisement. And, it's weird because I'm trying not to sound like this pompous dude, but that's literally what it is. Free advertising. Why don't you want that?
It's free advertising. It's not even free. They're getting paid for it.
They're getting paid for it. And they're blocking it. So I don't get it. Some of the music that I found, like Memoir right here, I would have never found them had it not been for YouTube.
Totally.
You can't see them because of the shot, but like Baby Metal, Unleash the Archers.
Oh yeah.
would have never found them. And if they just blocked every video, other people would have never found them. So their money would not come in as much.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to have some of it. Because
What about AC/DC? Would you have found AC/DC?
I mean, yeah, sure. Totally haven't been listening to them for 20 years. They're actually one that was blocking. They were like horrible about it.
They're pretty intense, dude. They're on my list. They block you.
What's weird though is my entire Power Up album is fully monetized. They never touched it. I was like, that's really strange because normally it's like hard block. And then you have to put in your dispute and just kind of pray the right guy sees it and goes, oh, that's no big deal. Click.
So that's what I think it is. I think that it's just misunderstandings and people in the suits not really wanting spending the time to sort it all out. Because if somebody up there at the top spent a few minutes, they'd be like, yeah, what's going on? Why aren't we suing? Okay. And I really wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because and when people do my band, for instance, which is really something else to me, that's a whole other subject. But when they do my band, I'm like, you can have all the monetized. I will never once block anybody. And if something does get blocked, please tell me. I personally would be like, no, unblock that right now. Because it's, again, there was a channel, Dashy and Dad. They did our whole album. I'm about to upload their whole way through on my channel just as a way to give back. So it really is like just free advertisement. That's what it boils down to. So why don't you want that?
Yeah.
So I love what you guys are doing. When I looked at it, I said, thank you, God. Somebody is helping.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to persevere until it happens. And so that's the plan, man. So why did you start your channel?
Well, I had a gaming channel for like 7 years. And at the time of starting mine, I had watched, there was only like very minuscule rock and roll and metal reactions out there at the time. Or if there was out there, I couldn't find them. It was mostly rap and hip hop and all that. And, I'm not a huge fan of that. So I said, where is that guy? So I just randomly started with TNT, AC/DC, and said, I'll be that guy and just kind of have fun doing it. I didn't know all this would happen. So it was mostly just, I really love this kind of music. And I think more love should come towards it. And so since then, there's just been so many like events that happened that I can't stop now. It's too much fun.
One of the fun ones I saw is BAND-MAID, man. When you went to the show, they were like, wow.
Oh, dude, see, I just got chills thinking about it still. Those two little shorts were such, I don't know if you've seen Inside Out, that core memory was real. I will front to back forever remember that. Coolest moment of my life, and meeting Unleash the Archers isn't on film, but I did joke with Brittany Slays while she was on set on the stage, and that was also core memory. Cool stuff. Yeah. So if you react and you really like it, stuff like that can happen. Because I've heard other things have happened to other channels. I don't know exactly what, but I've heard, especially BAND-MAID, they're wild about that, which is really cool. Their new song Bestie is my favorite thing right now.
Oh, really?
I saw you reacted to him. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was me today. So I'm still kind of reeling from that. Still red faced from jumping around and going insane.
Okay, cool.
And I don't know about you, but this room gets really hot really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question I got for you. In the last week or so, it doesn't have to be in the last week. What's something that happened in your life? What's a crazy story?
Oh, well, that's actually an easy answer. My band is just comprised of me and one other guy right now. We're looking for 3, but it's just one of those like when that happens kind of things, then here it goes. But we started off this whole adventure covering Status Quo's Rockin' All Over the World, but he and I both kind of hate that version now. And we said, this song means so much to us that we redid it and then we shot a music video in about 30 minutes, and I just threw it together. And in true me fashion, we didn't care if we messed up or anything. So we stopped playing shots in this whole thing. It was really cool to just have people go, yeah, we'll be there for your stuff. And that to me is like a dream come true. It's very strange.
Awesome.
It's strange in a good way. But yeah, that's the coolest thing that's happened to me in the past week.
Love it. All right, man. Well, maybe we should do a reaction video together sometime.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
Bestie, because I'm still on the fence, but I want to get into it too much. Maybe we'll do Bestie together and then we can argue it out.
We should do that.
Okay.
And something, did you ever listen to Baby Metal?
I've heard of them.
Dude.
They were actually my door opener. That was my door opener.
Good.
I did
Baby
Queen.
Metal.
I did a really bad job of Queen, but I did Queen. I love Queen. And then somebody wrote, no, it was Måneskin was the second one. And somebody, dude, you can't talk over the guitar solos. And I'm like, yeah, that guy's right.
Before we go, never pause. It's something I learned too. On the solo, let them go.
Let them go.
Then pause it. That's another thing. None of us would ever pause if these blocks weren't a thing. Like I would never pause it. I would let it run and then hit stop and now let's talk.
So I don't. I let them roll. And the difficulty with that is, so Baby Metal, for example, that was my third video. Yeah. And I loved it. And I was just blown away. What am I looking at? I'm like, what's going on? And I loved it. And then there's a guy named Froggy. He's Froggy's tour manager of Korn, right? And so Baby Metal did a Korn tour. So I was talking to Froggy, went out for beers, and he's like, dude, yeah, bro, I know who they are. And so we started talking more, and I'm like, I'm such an old man. I never heard of it. It was so good. Yeah. And that's what started, but I couldn't do, as you know, a lot of Baby Metal videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
blocked
thinking,
immediately.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, why? I don't get this. Like, I'm just helping spread the word. And that's what started everything. And so there's a lot of Baby Metal I haven't watched. So for me, if I haven't already heard the song, I want to wait until I can react to it. And in my personal life, I don't listen to it.
That is a curse. If you're starting a channel, it's a curse because you're going to want to listen to things, but you can't. You have to wait. Yeah. So prepare for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super down for 1 or 2. Let's do it.
2, you say? All right, guys.
1 or 2. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Buddy, I appreciate your time. Thank you for it, man.
Yeah, thank you for what you're doing. It's going to help a lot of people. It's even going to help my band at some point, hopefully. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. I look forward to it.
Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.